Tonight, Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill could lose his law license for 2 months.
A former state Supreme Court justice made that recommendation today. It could put Hill's job as Attorney General in jeopardy. We broke this news to you this afternoon. News 8's Julia Dang live at the State House with reaction and expert analysis. Julia, what's next?
Well, Brooke, this recommendation and the likely response from Curtis Hill will now go to the current Indiana State Supreme Court justices. They will ultimately decide if Hill will be suspended, and it's a decision legal experts believe could force him out of office. A 36-page recommendation filed Friday calls for suspending Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill's law license for 60 days, paving the way toward what legal experts are calling uncharted territory.
We've seen situations where attorneys get their licenses suspended, so lawyers do get disciplined on a regular basis. It is very rare that is someone at this level, at the state level. 4
women, all state employees, say Hill groped them in a bar in March 2018. A special prosecutor said he believed the women, but did not have enough evidence to convict. In Friday's report, former Indiana Supreme Court Justice Myra Selby, who was appointed to hear the professional disciplinary case, stated there is evidence proving Hill committed misdemeanor battery. She calls his conduct voluntary and offensive, invasive, damaging, and embarrassing to the victims. Selby writes Hill used his state office staff and others to engage in a public campaign to defend himself and intimidate the 4 women. Her call for suspension comes without automatic reinstatement.
This is where it gets interesting, because if the Attorney General's license is suspended, he cannot practice law, period. I mean, that's any lawyer. And for Attorney General in Indiana, you must be what's called a lawyer in good standing to serve as Attorney General. Well, guess what? If you're not licensed, you're not in good standing. If you're not in good standing, you can't be Attorney General.
IndyPolitics.org publisher Abdul Hakim Shabazz noted it's an election year, and Hill already announced plans to seek re-election.
Oh, this is where it even gets more interesting, because the Attorney General is not picked in the May primary.
The Indiana Supreme Court could issue their final ruling as early as May. Delegates to the Indiana Republican Convention in June will decide if Hill or another candidate will be on the November ballot.
Can you still run again if you're not in good standing? We're in a lot of uncharted territory here, and so we're all learning this as we go along.
In an emailed statement to News 8, attorneys representing Hill's accusers say his ethics as the state's highest legal officer affect us all, adding they're pleased improper conduct was taken seriously. The statement describes Selby's report as thoughtful, well-reasoned, and consistent with Indiana law. And 4 women have also filed a federal lawsuit against Curtis Hill, alleging sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and retaliation. Attorneys for the Attorney General have declined to comment. They now have 30 days to file what's called a petition for review. Live downtown, Julia Dang, Wish TV, News 8.